It's so interesting, the box that people let others put themselves in. And actually, look how cool this is. Look at this design. If you guys aren't familiar with Mexico, that's super famous. That is, the place is from Putla. Just remember, you want to have a good party, good festival, Putla. But back what I was saying is, it's so interesting, the boxes that we let people put us in. And I was thinking about that. I'm like, what is it? What is this box? Everyone keeps talking about think outside the box. Hola. Everyone keeps saying, think outside the box. And I think about what that means. What if the box was just other people's opinions? Like, what if it was just other people's opinions? By the way, this lady has been here since I've lived here, like 4 years. She sells pancakes in this little thing. But what if the box, literally that's a perfect example of a box, is just other people's opinions? That's it. Like, some people are like, many people that I speak with want to be free. This is the thing everyone says. I want freedom, Luke. This is what I crave. And then when you ask them to define, well, what does freedom look like? What does freedom mean? People struggle to define that. Like, I guess you could say financial freedom, you could say a bunch of things, but at the end of the day, how would it feel to not have to live in the opinions of other people? Like, I would go in the market, but they're gonna be playing music. I forgot about that. Like, what if that was it? What if freedom was just not caring about what other people think about you? Like, if I could just wave a wand, if I wave a magic wand, and all of a sudden get you to not care about anyone else's opinions of you, of what you do. Oh, and actually this is a great time because the market's not open. If I could get you to just not care, hola. If I could get you to not care about other people's opinions, how would that make you feel? Like, what do you think you would feel if you didn't care about other people's opinions? Buenos dias. Really local market. I used to come here all the time. Hola. Like, think about that. If for all of a sudden you just couldn't care about other people's opinions, I wonder what you would create, like, on day one. Because everyone acts like this, I don't know, this freedom or this thing you want is so far away. I would argue that everything you want is outside of your worry of the opinions of other people. When I look at myself being a pro athlete, I didn't ever, like, I'm not one of those kids that dreamed of being like a pro athlete or even dreamed of traveling the world, to be honest with you. I just wanted a bike and wanted to be allowed to ride on the sidewalk, as many of you know. And then when I wanted to be a pro athlete and I didn't make the NBA, I wanted to go overseas, and people were like, that's far away. How do you know this contract is real? And my first trip, like my first pro contract, was in Australia. And people would write me and be like, that's far away. If something goes wrong, what are you going to do? And there's all these opinions. Everyone's giving me all these opinions. And I realized maybe one of my superpowers I used to think it was that I didn't know that it was impossible. Like, I didn't know that. That's one of the things I coined. But now I realize I just didn't let their opinions make my decision. I took people's opinions as data points, made a decision. Like, this is a framework. I took people's data points, what they said, their opinions, put them as data points. And then I made a decision on what I wanted to do. And then I looked at, does their opinions help me to do that? I literally think that that's the thing that I've done. As I've just thought about this recently today. Because I think as you start to live by what you want to do, Like, can you actually think about it? Like, a lot of people that I talk to and work with, they've actually never contemplated like what they actually want to do. And well, this is beautiful. I love this. I love this little area. Little morning markets. Like, for me, I really love the unknown. I love meeting people. I love talking to people. I love just wandering around, which doesn't make sense for a lot of people. Like, why do I find this lifestyle interesting? These guys here in Mexico, they wake up at like 4 in the morning and they're sweeping. This little mural right here, this is kind of new. Like, I think to myself, like, why do I enjoy stuff like this so much? And if I listen to other people's opinions, I saw a friend of mine. Well, I don't even know if they're a friend. I guess they are. They're an acquaintance. And he was like, I hadn't seen him in probably maybe 15 years. And maybe I ran into him once for like 30 seconds or something throughout the last 20 years. And I was like, he said, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm kind of traveling. I'm working with people online. I make YouTube videos. And he was just like, come on, man. He's like, come on, man. I was like, what? He's like, just get a real job, bro. And at that time, I was like, well, I'm at the cemetery. Like, bro, get a real job, man. And he like said it like laughing at me. And this is a guy who was like a hero to me. He was like a hero to me. And I think of how many people like I looked up to that were like heroes of mine. But then as I expanded my mind and stepped out of what they had as their comfort zone, all of a sudden I became the crazy one. Like, I think about my life up until this point, it's actually kind of crazy when I think about it. Like, when I explain it to other people. But you ever have something that's going so crazy that it just becomes like your normal? And everyone's so shocked by what you do, but it's just your normal. Like, it's my normal to kind of get up, walk around, talk to people. The time I get to speak English is really when I'm speaking with you all. That becomes normal to me. Or not with you all, I'm on other platforms. I'm not making so many YouTube videos now. And, oh, look at it, we got a little hat right here. Little sombrero. I did this one time and I walked over and there was like someone asleep in the bushes. Someone's sombrero. But I say that because I just want to challenge you. If you live today with the superpower of not worrying about other people's opinions, I wonder what things would look like for you. Because it doesn't make sense. Like, here's the crazy thing that no one tells you about is once you start to live by the things that you actually want to do and enjoy, it opens your mind to new things. Okay? So it opens your mind to new, like being a pro athlete and then wanting to have a bigger impact. So then starting a YouTube channel, and then starting the YouTube channel and then seeing that I can impact more people on a day-to-day basis on a YouTube channel than I could as a pro athlete. And then also following that led me to discover other countries, which then connected me with people. It might sound crazy to you all. It might sound crazy, but I don't connect that well with Americans. Like, although I'm like raised in America up until I was like 17, until I was 21, excuse me. Like, I don't really connect well. Like, I find that at least when I live there, a lot of people are so unhappy with their own life that they find judging other people's lives the dopamine hit they need to get through the day. And when I talk to them a lot of times, there's also like a different kind of mentality as well of there's like pride in doing it yourself. It's a mentality I see in like the Americans that I speak with, work with. So I don't really click that well. So I took that in consideration because I didn't realize that until I started to travel. Then we started to travel and go to places like this and you see that you're welcome. People are curious about you. They're interested in you. They work long, long hours, but yet they're happy and smiling and they're with their families and that kind of stuff matters to them. after that happened, it opened up my mind a little bit more. And then that made me want to travel to more places and then be around other people. And then as I did that, it made me see that there are other countries. And then I was like, well, what other countries are there where I can really click with people? And then I noticed how they treat me. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Buenos días. And then I started to realize how people, like, look, just kind of me, not even scared of me. It's crazy, as big as I am. And that opened up this other thing for me. And then I'm like, well, how far can I take this? How far can I go? And then it got to the point where I'm leaving basketball. If you guys don't know, I was a pro athlete for 12 years. Then I left basketball. I left. And people are like, well, you love it. It's a dream job. Why would you leave? And it's like, well, I found this other thing that I really love doing more. So when people say the box that you're put in, it was other people's opinions the whole time. And I guarantee you, if you kind of look at yourself, if you kind of look at what you're going through, you'll realize that it's often other people's opinions. That's the reason why you're doing what you're doing. Which is crazy, because once you break outside of that, I want you just to imagine like what's possible. Like, I wonder what a day in your life would look like if you weren't, this is actually a nice picture. I wonder what a day in your life would look like if you didn't worry about other people's opinions for a day. Like, just for one day. Like, would you still work where you work? Like, would you spend your time doing what you're doing now? Like, what would it look like? Would you spend your time maybe like wandering in the little streets and the markets? Hola, amigo. Would you spend your time kind of wandering in the little markets and the little streets, saying hola to people? Would you go to other countries? Would you visit other parts of your city? Spend more time in the museums? What would be different? And to you all who say that nothing would be different, other than you lying to yourself, what else would be different? It's a big wide bed truck. Just curious. Because the amount of time we spend just trying to like fulfill other people's opinions, I think that people don't realize how much not only that consumes you, but it keeps you where you are. And it's so weird, because from the people I've worked with, I would think that people who are older, like older than 40, would have this like, people over 40 would have this desire to do it more, like to figure this part out more. But I realized that at some point people just are just like, this is just what it is. And back to where we started. And I feel like that's like a point I wouldn't want you to get to. If you didn't live in other people's opinions, I wonder what things would look like for you. That's it. But beautiful, beautiful Oaxaca. I don't actually make a lot of videos here, believe it or not. Isn't that crazy? But I want to let you know, I appreciate y'all. And yeah, I have to share that. I think some people are so trapped in other people's opinions they can't even see anymore. And they've forgotten what they actually wanted or why they even started on this journey. But with that, I'll speak to y'all when I speak to you.